दिखाओ। एक सेकंड। स्पीड ऑफ नॉन स्टेट बस स्पीड ऑफ अपस्ट्रीम टाइम टाइम टेकन बाय किलोमीटर। इस साइड टी लिख देना, यहाँ पर लिखिए ना टाइम टेकन बाई बोट टू गो 15 किलोमीटर अप स्ट्रीम, तो टी इक्वल टू होगा ना इक्वेशन फर्स्ट हो गया, इक्वेशन सेकंड हो गया, दोनों को क्या कर दो, इक्वेट कर दो। दोनों इक्वेशन को ये इक्वेट करेंगे तो क्या हो जाएगा, वो वाला इक्वल टू इसके हो जाएगा। एक बार पीछे वाले पेज में पलटाओ, नीचे दिखाओ नीचे। फ्रॉम द क्वेश्चन द बोट रिटर्न इन द सेम पॉइंट इन 5, अच्छा टाइम दिया था फिर लास्ट में 5 आवर। हाँ ठीक ठीक है। 8 इधर जाएगा तो जाएगा 64 माइनस एक्स, इसका 64 माइनस एक्स उधर गया, 20 माइनस 7 एक्स, फिर ये हो जाएगा 320 में। ठीक है ठीक ठीक, 529, 529 किसका स्क्वायर है, 23 का। कैसे निकाली हो, पता ना कैसे निकालना है स्क्वायर वाला। नहीं, 25 का 625 होता है, तो लेकिन ये 529 दिया, मतलब 529 625 के पहले आएगा। और A semiconductor is a What is semiconductor? A semiconductor is a material whose conductivity lies between conductor and insulator. Its conductivity increases with temperature. Example silicon. What is semiconductor? A semiconductor is a material whose conductivity A semiconductor is a material whose conductivity lies between conductor and insulator. Its conductivity increases with temperature. Its conductivity increases with temperature. Example silicon. 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 देखो पहला मैंने कहा a semiconductor is a material. A semiconductor is a material whose conductivity lies between a semiconductor is a material whose conductivity lies between conductor and insulator. Its conductivity increases with temperature. Example silicon. Difference between intrinsic and extrinsic semiconductor. In intrinsic semiconductor, there is a pure semiconductor. Extrinsic semiconductor doped with impure डोप विथ इम्प्योरिटीज पी टाइप एंड एन टाइप टू इंक्रीज कनेक्टिविटी। हमको कनेक्टिविटी बढ़ाने के लिए हमको कुछ इम्प्योरिटीज ऐड करनी पड़ती है, किसमें, एक्सट्रिंसिक में, जैसे पी टाइप की इम्प्योरिटी और एन टाइप की। पीएन जंक्शन क्या होता है? अब पीएन जंक्शन इज फॉर्म्ड बाय ज्वाइनिंग पी टाइप एंड एन टाइप मटेरियल। जब हम पी टाइप और एन टाइप मटेरियल को क्या करते हैं, ज्वाइन करते हैं, पी टाइप और एन टाइप मटेरियल को ज्वाइन करते हैं तो हमको क्या बनता है, पीएन जंक्शन बनता है। इट फॉर्म्स अ डिप्लेशन रीजन, और ये एक रीजन फॉर्म करता है, डिप्लेशन रीजन फॉर्म करता है, एंड एक्ट्स एज अ डायोड, और ये डायोड की तरह एक्ट करता है। फिर क्या अब पीएन जंक्शन इज फॉर्म्ड बाय ज्वाइनिंग, पीएन जंक्शन फॉर्म होता है ज्वाइन करने पे पी टाइप और एन टाइप मटेरियल को। ये एक फॉर्म करता है डिप्लेशन रीजन, इट फॉर्म्स अ डिप्लेशन रीजन एंड एक्ट्स एज अ डायोड, और ये डायोड की तरह वर्क करता है। व्हाट इज पीएन जंक्शन? अ पीएन जंक्शन इज अ फॉर्म्ड बाय ज्वाइनिंग पी टाइप एंड एन टाइप मटेरियल, इट फॉर्म्स अ डिप्लेशन रीजन एंड acts as a diode, it forms a depletion region and acts as a diode. What is forward bias and reverse bias? In forward bias, reduce depletion width. फॉरवर्ड बायस में क्या होता है, डिप्लीशन जो बीट होती है उसको क्या करता है, विड्थ को रिड्यूस करता है एंड करंट को फ्लो को बढ़ाता है। ठीक है, और रिवर्स बायस क्या करता है, इंक्रीज डिप्लीशन विथ, ये बढ़ाता है डिप्लीशन विथ को, क्या करता है, डिप्लीशन विथ को क्या करता है, इंक्रीज करता है, एंड देन इंक्रीज डिप्लीशन विथ वेरी स्मॉल करंट फ्लो, और बहुत कम करंट फ्लो होता है इसमें, इसमें बहुत ही स्मॉल करंट क्या होता है, फ्लो होता है। फिर डिफरेंस बिटवीन बीजेटी एंड मॉसफेट, बाईपोलर जंक्शन। हाँ, बीजेटी, इसमें क्या होता है, करंट कंट्रोल्ड होता है, बीजेटी क्या होता है, करंट कंट्रोल, मॉसफेट वोल्टेज कंट्रोल, बीजेटी करंट कंट्रोल करता है, मॉसफेट वोल्टेज कंट्रोल होता है। इसमें बाईपोलर डिवाइस होती है बीजेटी में, ये मोर पावर कंजप्शन, बहुत ज़्यादा पावर कंजप्शन करता है। इसमें यूनिपोलर डिवाइस पावर को कंजप्शन करता है। वाई मॉसफेट इज वोल्टेज कंट्रोल, मॉसफेट वोल्टेज कंट्रोल क्यों होता है, बिकॉज करंट फ्लो ड्यू टू इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड created by gate voltage, not by gate current. What is amplifier? An amplifier engages the amplitude of a signal without changing its shape. Amplifier increases the amplitude of a signal. A- ampli- Amplifier is used to increase the amplitude of a signal without changing its shape. Amplifier uses the amplifier increases the amplitude of a signal without changing its shape. What is gain? Gain equal to output upon input. It shows how much a signal is what is it so it's so how much a signal is amplified, कितना सिग्नल एम्पलीफाइड हुआ है। What is bandwidth? Bandwidth is the range of frequencies over which the amplifier operates properly. Bandwidth is the range of frequencies over which the amplifier operates properly. Over which the amplifier operates properly. Over which the amplifier operates properly. Bandwidth is the range of frequency. Bandwidth is the range of frequencies over which the amplifier operates properly. Over which the amplifier operates properly. What is bandwidth? Bandwidth is the range of frequencies over which the amplifier operates properly. होता है एक फ्रीक्वेंसी की रेंज होती है, क्या होता है, इज द रेंज ऑफ फ्रीक्वेंसीज ओवर विच द एम्पलीफायर ऑपरेट्स प्रॉपर्ली, जहाँ पास एम्पलीफायर क्या होता है, ऑपरेट्स होता है प्रॉपर्ली। व्हाट इज नेगेटिव फीडबैक? फीडिंग अ पोर्शन ऑफ आउटपुट बैक टू इनपुट इन अपोजिट फेज, फीडिंग अ पोर्शन ऑफ आउटपुट बैक टू इनपुट इन opposite phase, feeding a position, feeding a portion of output back, feeding a portion in output, feeding a portion of output back to input in opposition opposite phase, it improves stability and reduce distortion. Feeding a portion of output back, feeding a portion of output back to input in opposite phase. It improves stability and reduce distortion. What common mode rejection ratio? Common mode rejection ratio. CMR is the common mode rejection ratio. It measures the ability of an op-amp to reject common signal. It measures the ability of an op-amp to reject common signal. It measures the ability of an op-amp to reject common signal. It measures the ability एम टू रिजेक्ट कॉमन सिग्नल. ये क्या करता है? मेजर करता है एबिलिटी के ओपैम्प को जो रिजेक्ट करता है कॉमन सिग्नल को. डिजिटल इलेक्ट्रॉनिक. व्हाट इज डिजिटल इलेक्ट्रॉनिक? डिफरेंस बिटवीन कम्बिनेशनल सर्किट. कम्बिनेशनल सर्किट में मेमोरी नहीं होती, सिक्वेंशियल सर्किट में है जो मेमोरी. कम्बिनेशनल सर्किट डिपेंड नहीं होता, आउटपुट डिपेंड्स ओनली ऑन इनपुट. इसमें जो आउटपुट होता है वो डिपेंड होता है इनपुट पे, लेकिन सिक्वेंशियल सर्किट में आउटपुट डिपेंड्स होता है इनपुट पे और लास्ट स्टेट पे. इनपुट पे What is flip-flop? A flip-flop is a bistable device used to store one bit of data. डिस्टर्बेंस तो नहीं हो रहा सत्यम ना? सत्यम बोल बोल आपको कोई डिस्टर्बेंस नहीं हो रहा है? ठीक. What is flip-flop? A flip-flop is a bistable used to store one bit of data. A flip-flop is a bistable device which is used to store a one bit of data. That means a flip-flop. Flip-flop means क्या होता है? It is a bistable device which is used to store one bit of data. What is setup time? Minimum time before clock age that input must be stable. Minimum time before clock age that input must be stable. Minimum time before clock age that input must be stable. What is a hold time? Minimum time after clock age. Minimum time after clock age that input must remain stable. That input must remain stable. Minimum time after clock age that input must remain stable. What is ADC? Analog to digital converter. Converts analog signal into digital form. ADC, analog, which is used to convert analog signal into digital form. Which is used to convert analog signal into digital form. What is signal and system? What is an LTI system? A system that is linear and time invariant. A system which is linear and time invariant is known as a LTI system. What is convolution? A mathematical operation used to find output of LTI system. A mathematical operation which is used to find output of LTI system. A mathematical operation which is used to find output of LTI system. A mathematical operation which is used to find output of LTI system. A mathematical operation which is used to find output of LTI system. A mathematical operation which is used to find output of LTI system. What is sampling theorem? A sampling theorem must be at least twice the maximum signal frequency. A sampling frequency must be at least twice sampling frequency must be at least twice the maximum signal frequency. At least twice the maximum signal frequency. Fs is greater than or equal to 2 fm. Fs is greater than or equal to 2 fm. Sampling frequency must be at least twice the maximum signal frequency. Sampling frequency must be at least twice the maximum signal frequency. At least twice the maximum signal frequency. Sampling frequency is twice at least the maximum signal frequency. Where fs is greater than or equal to 2 fm. What is LEIG? Distortion that occurs when sampling frequency is less than Nyquist rate. Distortion that occurs when sampling is less than Nyquist rate. What is modulation? Process of varying a carrier signal according to message signal. Process of varying a carrier signal according to message signal, that is known as modulation. Process of varying carrier signal according to message signal. Process of varying carrier signal according to message signal, that is known as modulation. Why modulation is needed? To reduce antenna size. To reduce antenna size, we require modulation. To increase transmission distance. To increase transmission distance. To avoid mixing of signal, ताकि signal mix ना हो पाए. What is AM? Difference between AM and FM. AM means amplitude. That means in AM the amplitude vary. That is known as amplitude modulation. And FM frequency vary. That is known as frequency modulation. In AM there is a less bandwidth, and in FM there is a more bandwidth. In AM more noise and FM less noise. What is SNR? Signal to noise ratio. Higher signal to noise ratio means better signal quality. Higher signal to noise ratio means better signal quality. That means better signal quality. What is transfer function? Ratio of output Laplace transform to input Laplace transform, that is known as a transfer function. What is stability? A system is stable if output remains bounded for input. If output remains bounded for bounded input. What is feedback? Taking a portion of output and feeding it back to input. Taking a portion of output and feeding it back to input. Sum of incoming current entering a node is equal to the sum of leaving current leaving the node. Sum of current entering a node. Sum of current entering a node is equal to the sum of leaving the node. Sum of current leaving the node. What is KVL? Sum of voltage in a closed loop. Sum of voltage in a closed loop is equal to 0. Sum of voltage in a closed loop. Sum of voltage in a closed loop is equal to 0. Sum of voltage in a closed loop is equal to 0. What is resonance? Condition when inductive reactance equal capacitive reactance. When condition is inductive reactance equal capacitive reactance is known as resonance. What is electromagnetism? What is skin effect? At high frequency, current flow on surface of conductor. Current flow on surface of inductor. Conductor. What is skin effect? At high frequency, current flow on surface of conductor. What is transmission line? A structure that carries electrical signal from one point to another. What is interrupt? What is micropulse? What is transmission line? A structure that carries signal from one point to another. A structure that carries signal from one point to another, that is known as difference between microprocessor and microcontroller. Microprocessor, CPU, only CPU, microprocessor, only CPU used in computer. Microcontroller, CPU plus RAM plus input output. CPU, RAM plus input output used in embedded system. What is inter? A signal that stops current program execution and executes another task. Basically, as running electric power. The resistance opposes the flow of current. It opposes the flow of current. And question with what is current rate of flow of charge and sin t I equal to q equal to charge integrate hypothesis into point is the resistance opposition to current flow states Ohm's law. What is current vector energy? Cur- Current is ampere to charged coulomb. Current is ampere 1 into the 1 coulomb per second. What is charge? Charge is a basic electrical property of matter. Basic electrical property of matter. Positive charge, negative charge. Charge upon electron. Charge upon electron equal to 1.6 into 1 minus 19 coulomb. 6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. 6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. DC current flow in one direction, example battery flow in one direction, example battery. DC current direct current flow in one direction, example battery. Alternating current changes direction periodically, used in home. Changes direction periodically, used in homes. Conventional current versus electron flow. Conventional current versus electron flow. Electron flow from negative to positive. Electron flow from negative to positive. Conventional current from positive to negative. Conventional from positive to negative. Conventional current from positive to negative. In circuit analysis, we use conventional current. In circuit analysis, we use conventional current. In circuit analysis, conventional current. What is voltage? Voltage is the potential difference between 2 points. Potential difference between 2 points is known as voltage. It हेलो हाँ 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 पढ़ ली ठीक है जल्दी नहा पहले फिर आते खाते हैं ना जल्दी नहा लो ना What is resistance? Resistance opposes the flow of current. Resistance opposes the current. Symbol R unit ohm. Ohm's law very important. Very equal to IR. What is electrical energy? E equal to P into T joule. What is conductance? Resistance conductor. Conductor low resistance, high resistance, trouble. Similar to moderate resistance. Depend. Low resistance copper conductor. Low resistance copper. Hence to current if resistance increases, current decreases if voltage is constant. Why does current flow due to potential difference? What is a 1 ampere flow of 1 coulomb per second over flow of 1 coulomb charge per second. Which is dangerous, high voltage or high current? High current is more dangerous to human body. High current is more dangerous to human body. High current is more dangerous to human body. Charge is basic electrical property of metal unit coulomb. Charge of 1 electron over 6 centimeters equal to I represent rate of flow of electric charge from I equal to control the resistivity of station the voltage. Rate of electrical power consumption. Rate of electrical power consumption P equal to VI, P equal to I square R, P equal to V square upon R. G P into T. 1 kilowatt energy, 1 kilowatt hour, 6 into 10 to the power 6, 3.6 into 10 to the power 6 joule. Electric field force per unit charge. Force per unit charge. Electric field equal to force upon charge. Ability to store charge. Ability to store charge C equal to Q upon V unit farad. For parallel capacitor C equal to epsilon A. C equal to epsilon A upon D. Epsilon A upon D. E equal to 1 upon 2 CV square. E equal to 1 upon 2 CV square. Inductance. Property that opposes change in current. Property that opposes changing current equal to L di upon dt. Energy stored equal to 1 upon 2 Li square. Impedance. Total opposition to AC. Z equal to R plus Jx. Magnitude. Z equal to R square plus X square. Inductive reactance. XL equal to pi FL. Capacitance reactance X equal to 1 upon 2 pi FC. F equal to 1 upon T time period Hadi. Sum of a current and node equal to some level occurs when X equal to X. Resonant frequency 1 upon 2 pi root LC. Rectifier frequency efficiency eta equal to PDC upon PSC. Ripple factor R equal. AB upon B out upon B in current gain AI upon I out upon I in power gain AP equal to AB into AI. Bandwidth F2 minus F1 signal to noise ratio equal to the signal power upon noise upon